Hi everyone, I am live. Yeah, well, okay. How is everyone? Oh, let's see. Uncover the news. Mystical Marina. Larry girl, hi. Kate Sweet Blue greeted TK. Linda B. Oh, how you all going? Eric Trump. He hasn't pledged to do that. Eric Trump. That's just bull dust. Yeah. Hi, Robin. Thank you for joining me a bit late today. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the videos I've put up the last couple of nights. I haven't done a whole heap of videos in a long time, apart from the Amelia Earhart and Oak Island and all that. And I've forgotten that I really do enjoy doing the short ones. So yeah, hi James Lee, hi Zelda. I'm glad you haven't left hospital. Hi Teresa Balthazar. Anyway, I'll have a look at Trump's state of mind as per usual. I might get my little cheat sheet out here and over there. I like to sometimes just it's a way to reinforce things and stuff, sometimes just have some notes there. But yeah, I look at it this way. Some days you just get so busy, and some days you can, yeah, your brain gets a bit fuzzy. Mine's a bit fuzzy because I was dragged out of bed at 5 o'clock, dragged down to Audi at 6 o'clock. It doesn't open until 8:30, but he wanted to be first in line in the store. Anyway, that's enough of me griping. Hi, AQ. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. My Kimberly Guilfoyle. Woo! Domination! I'm ready for my close up now, Mr. DeMille. DeMille. Anyone who's familiar with Sunset Boulevard and Gloria Swanson playing Nora Desmond, I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeMille. That was Kimberly Guilfoyle. She's ready for her close up. I don't know who Pam Bondi is on Cover the News. Yeah. Crack me up. Just like I watched it on Colbert and came back and Stephen Colbert's chair is empty. I'm like, where the hell is he? And he's like under the desk. Is the scary woman gone? Now I'm just looking at Colbert to get updates on that. That's enough for me. He gets the best bits out. So it was just like I could not figure when I was watching it who she reminded me of, and then the exaggerated and Kristen Stewart. No, not Kristen Stewart. Kristen Wiig from Saturday Night Live. She does a wonderful Nora Desmond in Bill Hader's Vincent Price's Halloween party sort of thing. Yeah, so anyway, how is Trump going today? How's he feeling? Have a look at Pompeo. I've got a few people to read on tonight. And a couple of other things, like in Britain, there's a dossier leak, but I can't remember what it was about. Oh, it was about worst case scenario of coronavirus, no deal Brexit, all sorts of things. So, yeah, I'll have a look at that today too. The best dad ever. How is Trump feeling? Oh, he's keeping a lot hidden. There's a lot he wants to say. But he's there's a lot he wants to say. The other thing with the moon is all about illusions as well. So he's buying into the illusion that it's going wonderfully. But he's also got some things that he's holding back about it. He might come out and be very vitriolic like next week or something. Four of Swords. Whoa. He's troubled. He's not resting very peacefully at the moment. He's having trouble sleeping. He's restless. He's really, really tired. What's his challenge? Page of Pentacles. It's a reverse Page of Pentacles. You know, people are realizing that because it's reversed, they're realizing that he's not as smart as he likes to think he is. And they're really not buying it. He thinks that he's really smart with the way he's going about things, just basically wrapping up the business of the convention on the first day, and the other 3 days, or Trumpalooza or Trumpalooza or whatever you call it. Trumpalooza, I call it. And he thinks that's the smart thing to do, even though his advisors have told him, Mr. President, please don't appear every night. Don't give a speech every day. No, he's ignoring that. He's ignoring better advice from smarter people, and he's ignoring it. And that's a challenge. It's at the base of the reading. Oh, poor thing, he's having trouble sleeping, and he's really, really apprehensive and worried and anxious. It's not going the way he wants it to go. He's really worrying about it. 10 of Swords reversed. This is his past actions leading up to the present, and he's got a. He just feels like he's been treated unjustly, and he's got to stop with that bullshit. But the longer he tells himself that he's been cheated, that he's been dealt with unjustly, and all this sort of stuff, this is, you know, none of this has helped. And he's going to bring it up. He's doing it again, undermining the postal service, undermining this, undermining that. His whole, the next 3 days, or 2 days now, it's all about going to be undermining. And people don't want to hear about it, you know. What's on top of his mind and what's he worrying about at present? Nancy in Congress, the Democratic Congress, and the Democratic Party. I think he knows deep down that he would never admit it, that the convention that they held last week is showering all over the one that's being held this week. What's in his immediate future? Oh, he's going to be feeling hopeful. You know, he just, people are going to go up to him with bullshit. You know, oh, you're doing wonderful, sir. And they're going to be saying all the things he wants to hear. they won't be saying the things he doesn't want to hear because they'll just go off his data. So he'll be feeling really hopeful. He'll be coming out of the convention tonight, which is where it is now. He'll have come out of day 2 feeling hopeful for the next couple of days. Maybe that might be a little bit better than what's in his immediate environment. 3 of Wands. Everything he puts, he'd get. People are not sympathetic. They're not reacting well. They're not reacting well to Trumpalooza. They're not sympathetic with it. They're not empathetic with it. They're just, it's not going as planned. It's not having the results he planned for it to have. It's the Republican National Convention. It should not be around one person, but he wanted it around one person. He wanted it around one person. People are seeing a party that is in stagnation and a leader that's just nobody trusts. He's got a lack of discipline. He's an isolationist. He holds himself above all others, and this is what people are seeing. This is the World card reversed. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, no, it's the wrong one. So it's still stagnation. It's still stagnation. Sorry, I thought that was the World. That's my bad. It's still stagnation. Nothing moving forward, and everything that happens is Bubba Girl's up there. Hello, Cameo. You are being so naughty today. You're being really naughty. You're a naughty girl. Oh, she's just throwing little temper tantrums all over the place. They're just seeing someone who's brought bad luck and stagnation and difficulties to a party that had, yes, it had its troubles in recent years, and maybe they thought bringing Trump might resolve some of those troubles, but it didn't. So you are being very naughty. Don't you give me that look. You are not queen of all you survey. I am queen of all I survey, not you. There we go. What's next? Oh, hopes and fears. He's hoping things will go better with the planning as he planned for the last 2 days, but he's a little bit worried that it won't, but he just can't bring himself to believe it won't, but deep down he does worry that it's not going to go as planned. What's the outcome for him in the next few days? King of Swords. Oh, boy. He's comfortable in his world. He sees himself, this is how he's feeling. He sees himself as basically, he's the king of the world. He's not analytical. He's not all those good things. He's not a powerful intellect. This is just how he sees himself and how he sees how he thinks people are going to perceive him at the end of the next couple of days. So, of course, he's in his usual state of self-delusion. I haven't seen anything with Melania's speech yet. I'll catch up a bit later. Yes, South Korea is reclosing schools. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Like that there. I have her bed. She's got a pink. You know one of those little kids fold up lounge things? She's got a little pink one of them. And it's her bed, and she likes it on the freezer. So when I have to get something out of the deep freezer, I take the bed off it and all that, and I put it on, and I didn't put it back in place properly. Yes, you're right. I can fool myself into thinking I rule all I like. It's not going to, that's not the truth. Oh, but I love her. Love you, Baba. If you'll excuse me for about 30 seconds in a minute, I'll go and get us some bribes. If you can't rule over them, bribe them. If you can't beat them, bribe them. That's Trump. That's Trump. I shouldn't be saying that. Hi, Deborah Costro. Oh, look, I read somewhere that the garden staff has retained a lot of the plants and everything that she took out, that Melania took out. And I'll read on the rose garden whether it's going to be restored. Hi, Karen Harding. I will be back in about 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. Okay, Cat Queen in New Orleans. Come here. Nummy, don't stop, Nummy. Yep. How about you hop up on your bed? Go on. Here you go. Hop on your bed. Oh, really? Want Mummy to put you up there? No. All right, well, you make your own way up there then. Oh. You know, never let a tarot session get in the way of your life, especially when the cat's confused. Let's have a look. I'm sorry, I'm going to lose it. I'm just going to lose it. Oh, you little rat. You little rat thing. You're a rat cat. That's what you are. Come here. Come here. Have a couple of nummies. There you go. Of course. Yeah, okay. Have you finished? You happy? Yeah? Or tributes have been paid? Hey? Or are you still pissed that you ate a strawberry and it didn't agree with you and you upchucked everywhere? I should be pissed about that. Okay. Oh, rose garden. Will the rose garden be restored after Jill Biden takes over as First Lady? Hi, Mary Jo Wincoop. Hi, Patricia Ray. Hi, Connie Brown. She's found the treats I put on her bed. Okay. She does like to make cameos. And she does it with all the suave and presence of a true diva. I just wear my face only if I want to, otherwise talk to the tail. Oh, you would not, Connie Brown, you would not toss a naughty kitty out on her tail. Okay, will the Rose Garden, when Jill Biden takes over as First Lady, and she will the Rose Garden be restored? Will the Rose Garden be restored? Hi, Judith Gash. Oh, you knew, Judith. Thank you for that comment. I don't know why nobody told you, but I'm glad you found me. And welcome. Conrad, you would not toss a naughty kitty out of your house. Okay, the Emperor. It represents, that Rose Garden represents so much. It represents stability through time. It's something that people know they will go and see, and there might be variations on it, but it's a long cherished and welcoming place, and it's part of the White House tradition, and it's been spoiled and despoiled. So this represents a return to that tradition. That's the Emperor. Will Jill Biden restore the garden? It's been destroyed. She's going to have a few things to deal with as well. But it's, hold on, she's going to, thing about, a lot of people just automatically say the Five of Swords is it's a warning to hold on to your integrity. There's some discord about the Rose Garden at the moment, and the integrity of it. People feel that the integrity of it has been basically diminished. That it's been changed in a way that, can you just excuse me for a minute, okay? It's been changed in a way that might be hard to restore, but just excuse me for a minute. Hubby forgot I was on live, and he was giving some people that came out of what for. Anyway, so they feel like she's basically killed the Rose Garden. So this is, people are feeling, and maybe this is how she's feeling as well about it. So I asked, is Jill Biden going to restore it? Six of Pentacles. It's something to be shared with the people. Momentum forward, movement forward. Six of Swords. The High Priestess. It's possibly, it is on her agenda. Karma, judgment. Yeah. Eight of Swords and Three of Pentacles. She knows it's going to be one of those issues that she will be judged on. I don't think people are going to expect her to immediately restore it. There's going to be a lot to do. But I think she's going to feel bound as part of her duty. Um, but she might be, people put so much, it means so much to people that she might be, I don't feel that she's someone who's prone to self-doubt, but I feel that she might feel that what she ultimately comes with, she's not sure that people might be totally happy with that. So she's going to be working really, really together with people, together with other people. But it's not going to be as easy for her as you might think. So I'm just shuffling the rest of the cards. Will she be able to? I understand Melania put in concrete pathways. Ugh. Hi, Sherry French. Will Jill Biden be able? Will she restore it to? Will she bring it back to life? Yeah, she's going to work on it. Here again, there's working with people. I think she feels it's part of her partnership with the American people, and she's going to have to stand her ground on what the ideas that she has. But there's going to be a lot of there might be a few things where she might want to do something and there'll be a few stalemates, old ideas clashing with new. I think people are thinking it's just going to be an easy thing to do, and it's not. But I think in the end, people are going to be happy with what she comes up with. But don't expect things to be done immediately. But I think she's going to feel a bit restricted in what she's going to be able to do. I think she feels that there's going to be a lot of traditions of the rose garden that she feels needs to be brought back, and that could restrict some of what she wants to do. And she's going to have to stand her ground on a few things, and there'll be a few stalemates with a couple of things because she wants that tradition brought back, and she knows that she is going to be judged on her work in restoring it. So it's not going to be an easy job for her because she doesn't. This is going to be one of the ways in which she makes her mark. It might sound, a garden, but she's going to be tasked with the job of restoring this garden to what it was, as well as putting her individual mark on it. But in the past years, it's been First Ladies adding their individual mark, but not ripping the whole lot out and putting it all and putting in something horrible. She's going to have to rip out what Melania did and start from scratch, and she's going to feel a bit bound and restricted by some tradition there, and she's going to get some stalemate, but she's going to work with people and partnerships with people. I think this is partnership with the American people, but she is going to stand her ground on something. So I think in the end, nine of cups, I think people will be happy in the end with what she achieves, but it's never going to be the same garden that it was. So I think she's going to come up with hopefully a good compromise. It would have been nice to see the temperate card there, but yeah. So yeah, that I did not really expect that reading on the restoration of the Rose Garden to be that complex. So interesting. Yeah. Okay, Pompeo giving his RNC speech from Jerusalem. Apparently there's already an investigation into it, using the embassy in Jerusalem. Now, under the Hatch Act, the vice president and the president can use the White House and embassies and all that to give speeches for conventions and stuff, partisan stuff, to an extent. Apparently they have some exemption to it, but they're the only two who does. Mike Pompeo reached apparently by using a US government facility, which the embassy in Jerusalem is, reached the Hatch Act by delivering a speech for the RNC from there. So let's have a look. Hi, J Cat Lady. Hi, Mary Jo too. Edna May. So, how much trouble is Pompeo in? Ooh, start of a new journey. Knight of Wands. New investigation. His charm is superficial. Duh. Eight of Wands. Movement. Things coming at him quickly. Four of Wands. An embassy is an extension of the White House. For those who want to know, I'm using the Witch's Tarot at the moment. So the Four of Wands. Eight of Wands. New growth. It's going to spur new investigations, and quite quickly, because it's not something that should just be put on a back burner. Something that needs to be addressed. Sitting pretty, abuse of power. He wasn't disciplined in doing what he did. He should be disciplined. It's going to lead to some loss for him. Thank you. Queen of Pentacles. It's going to be seen as a misuse of resources, I think. And it is. Eight of Cups. You're just all over it today, aren't you? You're all over it today. He might actually end up having to resign. It's going to be seen as an abuse of power. Eight of Cups is walking away with the Five of Cups for loss. Hangman suspension. Stagnation. Reflection, pause. This is suspend things and stop and think. It can be a sacrificial cut. Trump might throw him under the bus as a sacrificial lamb. Wheel of the Year. So the Wheel of Fortune, something like this was bound to happen with Pompeo. The Magician. I think they've got everything they need to force him to resign. The Five of Wands, conflict. It's going to cause a bit of argy-bargy. So, yeah. Very interesting. Okay, so we're going to skip across the pond, as the Atlantic is called. We have our own version of that with New Zealand. We call it going across the ditch. But we're going to skip across the pond to England. And there was a file linked from a dossier, whatever that word is, that showed not very good preparations for what is considered a worst case scenario, which includes a no-deal Brexit, continuance, a new wave of coronavirus, floods, and food shortages. Have a look at what this effect this is going to have. So I'm going to use this bridge reading, this bridge spread that I got from Angela Dicker's card. If you'd watched my video from last night, you'd see I introduced you to her cards. She's got another deck called the Tulip Tarot, which I think I'm going to get. I think I actually saw it in the store, same store I bought these ones in, so I'll pop in later on today. We'll be going up there. So, oh, J Cat Lady, is everything okay? Please stay safe and hope everything is all right. Okay. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Hi, Patricia Ray. J Cat Lady Ray, are you being affected by the storms or something? Hi, Marie Sutton. Yeah, Hurricane Lady, Hurricane Laura. Please be safe. If you need to get out, go, and everything like that. Sending best thoughts. No, they're Angie Dicker. I mean, Dicker. I actually, if you go to my community page, which it's the first post I put on there, I put the website for her store, which is what is it? Star Code, and also her email. She does do international delivery. She's based here in Perth. And I just absolutely fell in love with these cards that she did. This is the latest 2020 deck, and it's the Lady in the Moon Tarot. And yeah. And yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing her the Tulip Tarot, which is another deck she's done. And yeah, just fell in love with them. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, Woman in the Moon Tarot. They are. So this is them here. That's not the deck I'm using at the moment. I'm using the Witch's Tarot at the moment. But yeah. Oh, I love steampunk, and I love bright, colourful decks with, you know, interesting artwork, and yeah, very much great. Love them. Hi, AQ. Night Greta TK. Hi, Marie Sutton. Alton, hi. B. Harrison, hello. Yeah. So, what is the effect of this dossier leaking in Britain? How's it going to affect Boris Johnson's government? Let's have a look at that. Justice. How the justice supply? We'll have a look. Three of Wands. It's going to bring in a lot of opinions, I think, being leaked. It's going to cause shit's coming in, but not in a good way. Like, I think it's going to invite a lot of criticism. I think it's definitely a tower thing. They've got a tower, so it's definitely going to have not the best effect on it. This is their challenge at the moment, to overcome the effect that this leaking of this dossier has had. Base of it, 10 of Wands. The base of it is they were looking at heightened burdens and how to deal with it, but it wasn't looking good. I don't think that the leaked document painted a very rosy picture. So now they've got that burden that they have to deal with. The Ace of Swords is past actions leading up to the present. Someone was bound to bring out, and this is the truth. This report basically states the truth. This report was done to tell them the truth of what would happen if this situation came about. And yeah, Five of Swords. People are going to see it as Boris an abuse. And Boris acting out of self-interest, that this was not tabled. This was leaked, but it was not a tabled document, so it wasn't public or anything. So the truth, this is something that it was bound to come out because someone leaked it, and it's a truthful document, and people are seeing it as an abuse of power, trying to hide the truth from them. Immediate future, it's going to require some smooth talking and soothing over with the British public. Quite a few sectors are going to be upset about this and want answers, and it's going to take quite a bit of an effort to calm those waters down. In the environment, Six of Cups. People are there's going to be some calls to change things. Like, I think the British public are going to feel like they were treated like children, and they're not happy about this. They were patted on the head and told to be good little children, and you know, and be happy that you didn't know the truth and you were innocent of the truth. And they're not happy about being treated like that. People are seeing perhaps it's time for a change. This is the World card. Perhaps it's time for a change. That other card was Six of Cups, by the way. Hopes and fears for the government. Hope that everyone can settle down into happy families again and just be happy. We could be happy, happy, joy, joy again. But of course, the biggest fear and probably the reality of the situation is that that's not going to be the case at all. What's the outcome of this dossier being leaked? Five of Pentacles out in the cold. This could bring up a vote of no confidence for Boris Johnson. So whatever the outcome is, people are going to feel justified with it happening. It's going to be justified, whatever, whether it's a vote of no confidence or whatever, a leadership spill. It's people are going to feel like, yeah, that's right, that went down. I was going to use that spread, but I ended up doing a cross instead. So that's, oh well, you know, interesting. I don't really have a list today, so somebody got me. Yeah, it sounds like Pompeo was in breach of the Hatch Act. There's only two exceptions to the Hatch Act, and that's the president and the vice president, possibly because of security reasons or things like that. They can do party political stuff using some things, but, you know, on a limited platform. But, yeah, apparently, and I can't remember where I heard that, but it's, you know. Stephanie Bice versus Kendra Horn. Okay, I don't know who is who, and what state it is, but I can do that, I guess. The state senate. So it's Stephanie. Hi, Lucian. Stephanie Bice versus Kendra Horn. Hi, Sandra Henderson. Hi, Renee. Stephanie Bice versus Kendra Horn. Okay, Stephanie Bice. I don't know who's who. She's got to be careful to maintain her integrity. Kendra Horn, King of Cups. Stability is an issue with her. Stephanie Bice, Page of Pentacles. She's sitting pretty and feels that she's in a pretty good, strong, autonomous position. Kendra Bice is looking for opportunities, new opportunities. Ten of Cups. Families, trying to appear. Stephanie Bice is looking to families. Kendra Horn, Ten of Swords. So Stephanie Bice is looking towards a happy conclusion. This is the 10. Stephanie Horn, a not so happy conclusion. So looks like Stephanie Bice has got the better of it with some, but she's got to be careful. I'll ask that question about Don Jr. Was he stoned? So where's that question? So Patricia Ray, who's the Democrat here? Is Stephanie Bice the Democrat, or is Sandra Horn the Democrat? So Patricia Ray, if you could let me know, because from what I'm reading, Stephanie Bice looks like she's going to come out ahead. Okay, I'll have a look. Stephanie Bice. GOP. Okay. And she was running against Sandra Horn, was she? Yeah, okay. She's setting to face up Democrat Representative Kendra Horn. 5th Congressional District. Okay, so the outcome just from those 3 cards is that Stephanie Bice is going to win over Kendra Horn, even though Kendra Horn is probably the more stable option with the most to offer. Yeah, sorry about that. I wish I could say it's, yeah. And this will be like the completion of her journey, political journey, so she might be in for a term only. This is Stephanie Bice. But Kendra Horn has got the star, so hope for the future. So she shouldn't give up. She should try again and continue to keep going. So there's quite a bit of an age difference between the two as well. So I think Kendra Horn's not going to disappear. I think she will have a future in office with the Democrats, but not this time round. Okay, was Don Jr. stoned? Let's ask. What cards? Light seers. Yeah, so I had not heard of either of those ladies before. I did not know when I did the reading who was who. Sometimes that's best because it gives you a totally unbiased, vent on things. And yeah, Stephanie Bice looks like she's probably going to beat the Democrat, but Kendra Horn does have a future. Okay. High on coke, stoned, same thing really as well. Was Don Jr. stoned when he gave his speech? Hi, Linda Thompson. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Demiel. I'm sorry. It's like, what? You want me to look scary? I'm Kimberly Guilfoyle. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. Okay, was thank you, Connie, for those blessings. Thank you very much. It's a lovely, lovely thing you're doing to be burning cedar. Thank you. Yeah, was Don Jr. stoned? He was definitely on a creative high. That's the Ace of Wands. Oh, he could see the whole world, and it looked like it too. Before those tears in his eyes, I wonder if somebody kneed him in the groin before he went on. Maybe he had inappropriate comments for the wrong person, and she went, "Oi, come here, Junior." That would have made his eyes water. He could see the whole world. The whole world. Ace of Pentacles. Faith, have faith. The Ace of Pentacles, one of the things about it is have faith. Have faith in your ability, young man, to go out there and make things. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I just can't help it. Page of Wands. I'm out here to talk about Daddy's actions. I am Daddy's spokesman. And I am flipping this rod and flipping this idea and flipping, tossing this around in my mind and tossing that around in my mind. Really, really, really high speed too. Knight of Swords. His mind was tossing ideas over and over and over and over in his mind and creating total chaos in his mind. Oh my God. He just wanted to get through it as quickly as possible. Oh my goodness me. Oh, you know what? Lovers can't. I think maybe Kimberly indulged as well. She reminded me of the cross between Nora Desmond and the Bride of Frankenstein. Her hair should have been up with the lightning bolt grey streaks there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd say definitely he may have taken something to perk him up a bit. He either took something medicinal or he basically ate a huge handful of coffee beans beforehand. His eyes were red, watery, he was sweating. He had definitely taken something. I think he was actually coming down. I think he was actually coming down from something. Got into Daddy's stash. Yeah. Couldn't handle it, but okay. Okay, who else has got a question? Anyone got a question? I don't know what Kimberly Guilfoyle was taking, but I said last night, but she's Gavin Newsom's ex-wife. Boy, was she punching above her weight, honestly. Oh, I haven't seen Melania's speech, so I'm not going to. Will we ever see them? I'm going to say that them is members of the Trump family, the immediate Trump family. Is Tiffany collaborating with Mary Trump? Oh, interesting. Yeah, Kendra, yeah, she's. I think Stephanie Bice might play dirty, because I saw the five of swords there, abuse of power and stuff. So yeah. So let's see. Is Tiffany collaborating with Mary Trump? Mary Trump, the niece, I take it. So let's see. Is Tiffany collaborating with Mary Trump? She gave a very serious speech. Was it full of, I know she said Trump is the best dad ever, he's her father, but what about political aspirations? 10 of Cups, that indicates to me that she's keeping her loyalty to her father and her immediate family. 7 of Star, the Star, 10 of Swords, family, the 10 of Swords, the Star, hopeful movement. I mean, she wasn't brought up in the immediate Trump influence. Chariot, movement away from. She might be. Partnership. You know, she might be. I think she did it because she got up there and did her speech and all that, because she felt it was her duty to her father. But really, yeah. Okay, do we see any of Trump or his children with Ivana? Trump and Ivana's children in handcuffs. Do we see any of Trump and any of his children by Ivana in handcuffs? Let's have a look. Alaska is Republican, isn't it? Oh, I'll ask that question too, Zelda, about Kim Yo-jong. Okay, I'll ask that too. But first, hi, Nicholas Giuliano. Oh, I don't think she would have got paid for her speech. I think she would have done it out of duty to her father. But, you know. Oh, that's sad to hear that Jimmy. Yeah, maybe it was just from old age or whatever. Okay. Strength. So the question here is, actually, I got distracted. So, will Trump or any of his older 3 children end up in handcuffs? Older children and Jared end up in handcuffs. I got distracted. 5 of Swords, abuse of power. King of Swords, investigation. 2 of Wands, planning. instigation, the Lovers, Seven of Wands, standing ground, Three of Cups, support for those plans, Ten of Pentacles, the family legacy. Yes, maybe, yes, 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 yeah. Seven of Cups, some gaslighting, Queen of Pentacles, yes. Page of Wands, yes. Yes, there's going to be some backstabbing on each other, I think. I think definitely of Ivanka and Jared. They're the two most likely to. And the corporation, people from the corporation, possibly Don Jr. I think Eric will turn state evidence, possibly, but at the moment, Don Jr. and possibly Eric as well. Trump, I think he'll wriggle out of it somehow, but yeah. Anyway, Kim Yo-jong. Did Kim Yo-jong kill or incapacitate Kim Jong-un? Interesting question. Let's have a look at that. Did Kim Yo-jong kill or incapacitate Kim Jong-un? Oh, I might do the bridge reading for that one. So, Five of Cups, loss. Six of Coins, sharing, passing of money. Challenge to consider the Empress. Did she do something to her brother? Nine of Coins. She's sitting pretty. That's going to be Ten of Swords, likely. Ooh, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This is Kim Jong-un. Loss. He's lost. He's been incapacitated. Loss. She paid someone to get to him. And now she is the person people have to challenge for power. She is sitting pretty in a position of autonomy and not afraid to use it, but do unto others. Somebody's going to have a go at her. Very interesting. Yes, she did. She did. This is the likely outcome or result. So, going through the cards. Current energy of the issue or situation. loss, regret, the heart of the matter, bribery, changing of money to get power. This is such a bribery card with this exchange of money in the envelope. The challenge to consider, she is the empress now. She is the one in control. The challenge is getting rid of her. Incoming change, changes to her. She thinks she's sitting pretty, but changes, incoming change, changes to her position of autonomy. Likely outcome. Norman Bates with the butcher knife in the bathroom. Yeah, she did something to her brother, but I'll tell you what, it's all going to come back and bite her in the ass. Not sure when, but it could happen tomorrow, it could happen today, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen in the next year or so. But all of those are, you know, that's a minor arcana, so that's the end of a cycle too. So yeah. Will KGU kids, is that Kim Jong-un's kids, come to power? I don't know. Let's have a look. Thank you very much, Michelle. My sense of humour can get the best of me sometimes. I'll tell you what, if I was Jackie O and a whole run of first ladies, Pat Nixon is, I don't know if she's passed, but, you know, Eleanor Roosevelt, all the former first ladies, I would be making sure I would be following Melania. Wouldn't care if she was in the East Wing or not, in the White House or not. I would be following her around wherever she goes and making sure she never got a good night's sleep for ages. Who's only just started eating dry food? Eric. The day before yesterday. Hi, Teresa, Judy. Said Eric Trump, who's only just started eating dry food. Oh, you want to hear from the first lady? Look, I'm not a medium, but I can do see if I can pick up, you know, I'm not a medium or a psychic. I don't consider myself either of those things, but I can do a reading with the cards and see what comes out with that. Eleanor Roosevelt, I think she's the one who really established the Rose Garden, really brought it into its own. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Like I said, I don't pretend to be a medium or anything. I can see what the cards say, what she would think about it. So let's have a look. That little deck called the Sun and Moon Tarot. It's a lovely little deck. My apologies. I don't like it when that happened. Cameo did a bit of a temper tantrum earlier and knocked that book to the ground. It's a Witch's Tarot book. So I don't like it when you know, I might leave decks sitting out for a few days if I'm using them, but you know, I like to make sure they go back into their respective containers or safe places. So anyway, Eleanor Roosevelt, you know, so, you know, I do the past mystery things and all that, so I guess I can have a look. What Eleanor Roosevelt, how would she feel about, what does a card say she would feel about the Rose Garden, what Melania has done? For your Russian blue, a name for him. Oh, I do know that this is from, if you've ever watched Midsummer Murders, one of the earlier ones, like second or third episode. Tom Barnaby, Inspector Barnaby's daughter, left her Russian blue with him to cat sit. Turned out he was allergic. Anyway, she called him Kilmowski. So Kilmowski. I think that would be a cute name. Or anyway, Eleanor Roosevelt, the Rose Garden. How would she feel about it? I mean, I do feel a lot more things coming into my mind and all that. The longer I do this, the more I open myself up. But I still don't consider myself intuitive, and definitely intuitive, but as for mediumship and stuff like that, not really. But still, I'll have a go, see what does Eleanor Roosevelt think about what Melania has done to the Rose Garden. So what I'm going to do is find something to represent Eleanor Roosevelt, a card for Eleanor Roosevelt. I'm going to go with the Queen of Wands. So we'll find the Queen of Wands. What I'm going to do is do a bit of a Lenormand thing. So Eleanor Roosevelt was strong, compassionate, loving, passionate as well, caring, an ideal Queen of Wands, I think. So I've got a comment go through my head was I know you can't stop progress, but really? That just passed through my head. I know you can't stop progress, but really? I'm still trying to find the Queen of Wands. Hang on. I don't know if that is something that she would have said, but that's just the comment that's ringing in my head. Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Can't believe I went past the Queen of Wands. Here she is, the Queen of Wands. So I'm going to put that in the center. The Queen of Wands. And put some cards around it, and we'll do a little Norman take on it. So what did Eleanor Roosevelt think about this? Flew out. What Melania did to the rose garden. This flew out. Interesting, after can't stop progress, and the Chariot flew out. Just flipped out. Ace of Swords. And we've got a couple of cards flipped as well. Here. Hi, Cameo. Talking about Queen of Swords, the Star, the Six of Pentacles. Not that you're insistent on getting your way or anything, are you? Hey, you know where I hit it. Hi, Linda B. Here you go. There you go. Hop down. I'm looking at Eleanor Roosevelt. I can't eat crab. I can't eat crab, lobster, bugs, any of those. I can eat prawns and something called cherubin, which are like giant prawns. But yeah. Her name is Cameo, yes. Cameo. Seven of Swords. It's interesting because a lot of these, the minor arcana also have, a lot of them have a keyword at the top of them as well. Oh, I like, here we go. Oh, more flipped out. Disappointment, power, and one extra. Prince of Pentacles. She's not half as smart as she purports herself to be. The Einstein visa. I think that's a stab at the Einstein visa. Anyway, so we've got 3 across the top, 3 in the middle. The middle one is the card put there to represent Eleanor Roosevelt, and 3 on the bottom. So strife, 5 of Wands. Yes, she's not surprised that it's causing a lot of conflict and a lot of people to be up in arms about it. It's interesting because, you know, that comment I said got through my mind, I know you can't stop progress. But really? The conflict? Ace of Swords. The truth of the matter, she would come right out. If she was alive today, she would come right out and tell the truth as she saw it. Basically, I hate it, and she can't believe that she was able to get away with it, that Melania was able to get away with it. That's a diagonal. Next to the Queen of Wands is the Star. She feels that the rose garden represents a beacon of hope and inspiration to people who visit it. 6 of Pentacles, it's something to be shared with the people, and has been a successful speeches out in the Rose Garden and everything have in the past, they've been inspirational and successful. Again, that leads back to the star, and they inspire people to be better and do better and be more successful in what their endeavours are. The Four of Pentacles, she feels like it's a desperate attempt by Melania to stamp her claim on the White House, to make her mark somehow. But she is also, the card here underneath the Queen of Wands is disappointment, loss. She would say it's a huge loss, and she's hugely disappointed in what Melania did. The Seven of Swords, of course, there's also futility written at the top of this. It's a futile attempt on Melania's part, a futile, disappointing attempt to try and hang on to power that she, you know, perhaps by right should not have. Overall, she's disappointed. She understands that changes have to be made in some things and you can't stop protest, but this was just, you know, why that, you know? Yeah, you don't have to destroy everything from the past to put your own stamp on something. And yeah, review the Einstein visa. This is the Prince of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, you know, the intellectual card. Perhaps it needs to be reviewed considering what she did to that garden. So overall, I don't think Eleanor Roosevelt would be very happy at all. I think, and she'd come out and say that quite clearly, like, my dear girl, what on earth have you done? Do you really think that you've added to the dignity of this place? Yeah. Yeah, if I was several former first ladies who have passed, I wouldn't be letting that woman have a good night's sleep until she left, until she was out on her ear. Officially. I know she doesn't spend a lot of time at the White House and all that, but yeah. Like I said, so that's what I got from the cards. Like I said, I'm not a medium. I think the idea of opening myself up to that sort of aspect of the spiritual world is a bit scary for me. So okay. What else? What other questions? Anybody else got any other questions they'd like me to ask, to look at? Did she put roses in at all? Jim Jordan's future. I did him a little while ago, so I'm not quite ready to look at him again, Rondell, but Yeah, it's not good. I can tell you that right now. She's put in all white roses. Okay. I've already answered that, T. Smith. You've come in a bit late. If you go back and review this at the end of it, you'll see the reading on whether or not John Jr. was on drugs, and it cracked me up so much it took me several minutes to stop laughing. How is your dog tonight? Laura Carson, how is your dog tonight? Okay. Your real dog? You're like, woof, woof, doggy? Is it passed? Is it missing? Laura Carson, tell me a little bit more about this dog. Oh, you heard the word dog, did you? Hawaii Chief Financial Officer, Hawa. Federal court battle time still. What do you give up, Zelda? Have I not seen a question or? Hey, sweetie. You want some attention? You want some mummy loving? You want some mummy loving? Oh, mummy will come and watch something with you a bit later, okay? You can cuddle her then. Whitby's outside, James. Oh my God. Who ordered that? I will give Whitby a scratch for you. Do you want me to see how Jackie Kennedy, I can try it with Jackie Kennedy, the same thing I did with Eleanor Roosevelt, just about the apple tree. Would you like me to do that? While Laura comes and tells me a bit more about the dog. You spoiled, rotten thing. You are a spoiled girl. You are a spoiled girl. Laura, please tell me more about your dog. This dog. The Jackie Kennedy. Looking at Jackie Kennedy and how she would feel about what Melania did. Five of Wands. As usual, I get my cards all mixed up here. The Hangman, Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to go with, when I find her, the Queen of Pentacles for Jackie Kennedy. Not being, but she was very serene. She was, everyone loved her. They trusted her. And she represented a stylish picture of how people could see themselves, how women, they wanted to be her but didn't envy her being who she was, if you know what I mean. There it is. It was right on the bottom. So the Queen of Pentacles. she's sitting there with the goat in this, but I love this deck. It's a cute little thing. She was certainly very stubborn and strong-willed. This is a glorious, lovely, rich colour here. Yeah, so how did she feel? How would she feel about the apple tree being taken and what Melania did to the rose garden? No, he's having a sleep, I think. Whitby, he doesn't always bark. It's morning here, and he has about getting on to lunchtime. Normally, I'm on a bit earlier. Normally, I'm off by this time, and around lunchtime, he does curl up and have a sleep in the warmest part of the day. So, yeah. Okay, I can try and read on Nixon next if you like. What does he think of Trump? As I said, I'm not a medium. I'm just reading what the cards would represent about that, what they'd say, and interpreting the cards that come out. Okay, so don't take it as me getting direct contact with them or anything, because that's not it. Okay. Jackie Kennedy. Heart-wrenching sobs. I just asked Jackie Kennedy, how would she feel? Not, I focused on the apple tree she planted, and I just got the tightness and the words heart-wrenching sobs. She'd be devastated. Queen of Wands. Two of Swords. Peace. Nine of Wands. Strength. Oh, yes. He'll be paralyzed from the waist down. Yes, I saw that. That was just horrific. It starts with J, his name. I'm sorry I can't remember it, but I saw the video and it was horrific. King of Wands, Princess of Swords, disappointment. The Chariot, again, movement and progress. No, you're not getting any more. Don't you point your butt at me. What? Six of Swords. Helped with the transition in her life. Why are you sitting on the card so I can't see the top row? Why are you sitting on the garden so I can't see the top row? I'm sorry. I know sometimes it gets chaotic, but it happens as it happens. Life goes on around me, and sometimes I have to move from the chair for a bit. Oh, the cat gets okay. Before I read this, I'll go grab something. When I was when I was shopping yesterday, I came across these the Relatable Candle Company. They're made in Vietnam, and this is white lily and lace scented candle, and they're given names like "This is how much I really care," things like. And this one, number 2, embracing the chaos. That is me. You watch me, you join me on my channel, you're gonna have to embrace chaos. I love chaos. Chaos is creative and wonderful, as long as the chaos is not created with harmful intent or anything. Flow with it, embrace it, love it, enjoy it. Okay, Jackie Kennedy, as I was saying before, I just felt it's really, really heavy and all that, and sobbing, heartbroken sobs. Upset about the garden, of course, but the apple tree being ripped out, which I had no idea had happened. Heartbreaking sobs. Above the central card, which is Jackie, there is the 2 of Swords, and at the top of this particular card there is peace. At a critical time in her life, gave her peace. And it also, the 6 of Swords, which again is a transition into calmer waters card, it helped her transition into a time. I think it might have been a place that she could go and be, at a time when she was embattled. This tree was so important to her. I don't know if she went there a lot and sat near there or anything, but it did represent something to her. It helped her move on. So it represented so much to her in a time when she was embattled. It helped her be able to move forward. It gave her a sense of peace when she was feeling blindfolded and having to make critical decisions as a woman whose husband had been taken the way he had, on how she was going to, present herself, answer questions, face the public, all those sorts of things. So she keenly disappointed and upset. She was keenly disappointed and upset. The Queen of Wands here, I get the idea this might have been Lyndon Baines Johnson's wife. I am sorry, I can't remember her name, but he was the vice president. And I think that as the second lady, she would have been a very very close to Jackie at the time and helped her through it. I just get the idea that that's who this represents. And for some reason, it tied them together. I don't know why. Maybe Mrs. Johnson went with her to the visit the apple tree. I don't know, but it just helped to tie them together. It gave it was part of a set of tools, the garden itself and the apple tree especially, that helped Jackie O through this period of grief in her life. I've got the King of Wands here. Part of the King of Wands is a superficial charm. I think she feels that superficial just sums up Melania. Superficial, cocky, foolhardy. And she thinks that Melania really should have reconsidered what she did. She's just disappointed, disappointment, heart-wrenching sobs, the apple tree especially. When I was thinking about the apple tree, just the words heart-wrenching sobs went through my mind. Everything that it represented, the apple tree and the garden, was a place that helped her through the time of her husband being assassinated, the transition into LBJ having to take power and everything, and then a few short years later, her brother-in-law being assassinated, bringing back so many memories. It helped her find strength. It helped her find peace. You know, yeah, and I think not happy, especially the apple tree. America will destroy that branch of Trump's bit by bit. Don't worry about that. Somebody said America, the Trumps are just trying to destroy America bit by bit. That won't happen. America will destroy the Trumps bit by bit. Somebody asked me about Richard Nixon. I'll try one of these with Richard Nixon, but I'm going to use a different deck of cards for that. These are distinctly feminine for me, and so we'll get a different deck of cards for Richard Nixon, but I'll use the same set out. Okay. I find it interesting to do these, but as I said, I'm not a medium. It's just the interpretation I get when I look at the cards, and sometimes, yeah. So fascinates me, and yeah. I use the Hermetic Tarot. Richard Nixon, hey? Somebody asked me what, as I was doing these things, Richard Nixon. So, Tricky Dicky. What card for him? He's somebody who was willing to do anything to keep power. And he saw himself as above it all. I think we'll have to do the emperor for him, because he did see himself as that son of the morning. That was Lucifer. Lucifer was son of the morning too. So he was an emperor, but not a good one. So Richard Nixon. I mean, he did end the Vietnam War. Yes, he did some good things, but he was fallen. Son of the morning, fallen angel. So I think that's a good card for him. So how does Nixon feel about Trump? Let's see what the cards say. Universe Spirit, thank you for any guidance you've given me with these readings. And any guidance these people themselves may have given me. So sometimes, as my friend Sheila says, it's important to thank Spirit at times. Just remember that plays its part. And I always offer my thanks in advance now. I've had a thanks in advance in my prayers, but sometimes I feel like it's good to offer up thanks while you're going through. Yeah. Yeah, Nixon wasn't all bad. That's why son of morning, the fallen angel sort of. And the emperor, I think, suits him. It's a good card for him. Renee Rogers, hello. Sharon Sipe, hello. Marie Sutton. Oh, I've got a sore back all of a sudden. Probably just the way I'm sitting. Maybe just right in the center of my back. No, right in the center at the back at your breastbone level, but right at the back. Oh, very uncomfortable. Richard Nixon, what does he think about Trump? What's his view on all this? King of Pentacles, Prince of the Chariot of the Earth, Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Sun, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Nine of Swords. Interesting. Prince of the Chariot of Fire, Prince of the Chariot of Earth, Lord of the Wild and Fertile Land. Seriously? You did it with Jackie Kennedy and now you're doing it with Richard Nixon? Hey? The top three cards represent Trump. You just want to rub your cat butt on him, do you? Yeah? I love you. Yes, I do. Okay, across the top, we had the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I'm using the Hermetic Tarot here, and the Knight of Wands. These are all ways in which Trump sees himself. This is what how Trump sees himself, as someone who's a wise kind and compassionate leader who has control over all things economic and resourceful, and who is a knight charging in to save the country. Yeah, I got, when I put those cards out, and the word like, yeah, that's just how he sees himself. He sees himself. The word just went through my mind. I saw myself that way, but I learned differently. That, you know, that's the phrase that just went through my head. I saw myself that way too, but I learned differently. You know, humbled in the end. So Nixon saw himself as all of these three things as well, but he learned that things are not always as they seem. So the Knight of the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, saving in to save America and its resources, charging in to save America and its resources, and fight off the opposition. Be plotting. The thing is, with the Knight of Pentacles, it is the slowest moving knight. So he was cautionary as well. But Trump doesn't have time for caution. But he sees himself as the knight saving America's economy as well. So, but he's not doing it right. He's charging in and doing everything wrong instead of being cautious. But as I said, I heard the phrase went through my mind. I didn't hear it. It went through my mind, which they just go through my mind. They pop into my mind. I thought that's how I thought of myself, but I learned differently. So he saw himself as a stable economic leader, a cautious leader, and saw himself as someone who could bring the ships in for America. Now, it's interesting because we've got one diagonal leading to the bottom right, which is the King of Wands, the Emperor, which is Nixon, and the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is Pat for him. She was my solid, loving wife. She had my back. So that's direct link to him, whereas there's no direct link for Trump to the Queen, who should have his back. So that's interesting. I think the cards say that Nixon would think that Melania just does not have Trump's back. Interesting that on the bottom left, on the bottom right, which is basically an outcome card for Nixon, he thought he was the king, the stable, prudent king as well, and he ended up with anxiety. He ended up in an anxious state, having to leave. He also ended up out in the cold. He's drawing parallels between himself and Trump, or parallels here, and he feels that Trump, the King of Wands, he's going to end up out in the cold and anxious as well. There's no direct line. The sun is underneath Trump. illuminating the Queen, illuminating Trump and illuminating the Queen. But it's a gap, and it's a big gap. That's a bright gap that everybody can see except maybe Trump. Trump, he thinks that Trump's going to end up out in the cold. He's going to end up not sleeping well. He knows that he sees so many parallels, how he ended up out in the cold, not sleeping, his actions, reaping what he sowed with his actions. This is the reap what you sow card as well. His ships did not come in for him as far as doing the right thing. Again, the thing with the Knight of Pentacles too is it's the legal, the lawyer card. He just sees so many parallels. He sees some key differences as well. Trump hasn't done any good. Nixon did some good. Nixon made some big mistakes and owned it and resigned. But Nixon always had Pat at his back. Melania's not there. So it's like, old Trump wants to be me. He wants to be a strong leader like I was, but he's not. It's that sort of feeling I get from the cards that I've always thought that Trump wanted to be Nixon, like Nixon, compared to Nixon. And I think Nixon was, he was what, 21, 22 when Nixon was in power. But Nixon can see so many parallels between him and Trump, but when Nixon was a fallen angel, Trump's never got, it's never going to be an angel, you know what I mean? And the sun, glaring differences as well. Yeah, so that's my reading on, bearing in mind I'm not a medium. I don't pretend to be. This is what I get from the cards and the thoughts that pop into my mind when I look at the cards. So, okay. Oh, Miles Taylor, I actually saw him the other day on television. He's the one who said, look, I have gotten a lot of threats. I've gotten death threats, all this. Come at me. Just come at me. I'm willing to take on all places. I knew when I opened my mouth that things were going to, what's going to happen with Miles Taylor? Good on him too for coming out and saying these things. You know, and giving some behind the scenes. It's one of those things, people I think that work behind the scenes to change what he was seeing happening and work to try and change it. I just get, he tried, he stayed there to try and stop things from happening the way they did, but he couldn't, that sort of thing. I don't think that everyone who stayed there, as long as they did, was stayed there so they could be complicit. They stayed there to try and stop some things from happening. Some of them did, not all of them. Okay, what I'm going to do is just light some Palo Santo a bit. Sparkle farts. And just feeling a little bit stuffy in here. And look, I'm just over 4 hours, so what I might do is I'll do a quick reading. I'll put Miles Taylor down to read on tonight. How's that? I am doing another reading tonight. I'll be posting it, and I'll look at Miles Taylor then. Where's my list? I had a list. What did I do with it? Oh, my goodness. You know, some of those days, one of those days you have. I've had a few of them. One of the Mork used to say, "Shud bucket." Oh, Shuz bucket. Miles Taylor. Typing paper. Ah. So, Miles Taylor. Oh, look at him tonight. Future for him. I'll look at Marco Rubio tonight. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get oracle cards. I'll do a quick oracle card reading. Okay, guys, I've got decks all over the place here. Just give me a minute to at least tidy them so they're not all spilling out and all over the place. There we go. Bit of tidying there. And embrace the chaos. You know, I think I used the Egyptian mythology one. Hey, let's have a look and see what these cards can say. Shows butt. It's butt, I think. B-U-T-T. Shows butt. Night, Renee. Thank you for joining us. I'll do again what I usually do. I'll do my initial in impressions of the cards, and then I'll go to the books. Okay. Hi, Jennifer Taylor. Hello, Michelle Peterson. Good looking honky. Hello. You're looking for a slim cow. Any news, honey? Well, not in this neck of the woods, there isn't, darling. If you're looking for a slim cow, go look at another paddock. Nanu. Good looking honky. You're welcome to join if you want some fun with tarot and and oracle cards and stuff. That's fine. You can certainly hang around for that. Okay, first card, Blue Lotus, Enlightenment. Second card, Nuit, N-U-I-T, Stars and Timing. Third card, Daumutef, D-A-U-M-U-T-E-F, Earth Spirit. Okay. And the pictures and the keywords, Enlightenment. Look for ways to open your mind. You can see how this water lily is opening itself to the light here above, to the daylight, which they do in the early morning. They open themselves up to light and warmth, and yeah, open yourself up to finding different ways of looking at things and learning new things. Stars and timing. Intuit, you know, just from the top of my head, this person is building a bridge with their body. They've got the Milky Way above them, and they've got cloud underneath their body, reaching above, going above the cloud, above the atmosphere, but below the space, they're like up there, right up in the stratosphere, looking at this. Might be a good time for you to launch new endeavors or new idea, new projects. Might be a good idea for that. There could be bridging opportunities coming for you. Something that you've been looking for to help you launch things might be coming up. So it could be a good time to do that. Yamutef, Earth Spirit. The Earth provides resources. It provides stability. These things might be coming your way if you've been missing them. And take advantage of that, but also don't take it for granted. And also, if there are offers coming your way, look at offers for help. You don't necessarily have to take them, but don't dismiss them either. It could be, you know, this could be business or it could be personal too. So that's my personal take on those three cards. Let's go and have a look at them from the book. Blue Lotus, Nefertum, the spirit of the sacred blue lotus. The blue lotus was more highly regarded than the white lotuses, used in many initiation ceremonies and worn in the hair. Preparations for passing over safely to an important part of life. So this could be the message is, I'm here to assist those who seek to continuously grow upwards to the light. Doesn't mean there to assist people in passing over or something like that. Learn to live as a lotus flower floating on an often cold and murky waters below you, but each day you awaken and open your fragile petals to the warm rays of the sun. Don't let anyone cut you down or destroy your beauty with words. Your sole purpose is to evolve ever upwards to the light. Hello. Card meanings. This card has meanings of abundance, love, work and career, travel, health, family, future. So, you know, improve finances. Success with love after a difficult or slow start. Successes in long-term future, in your long-term future or financial planning. No, trip down the River Nile would be enjoyed, or any inland river. Maybe if you're planning a trip somewhere near some water or something. Finding support within family and looking towards a spiritual enlightenment in your future to help you through any setbacks and help you learn any life lessons. So that's Blue Lotus, new at 26. Stars and chiming. Nuit is a primal mother goddess whose body is the arching star-flecked sky. Okay. She was separated from her husband, the earth god Jeb, G-E-B, so humans could live on Earth. It symbolizes separations and delays, but eventual success by divine intervention. So bridging eventual success. Card meanings: abundance, watch for unexpected bills and take care with investments. Money owing to you may be delayed. So I'm saying this could be a good time to reach out, but this is saying the opposite thing. So, but love, difficulty with love, work and career. It helps if you're having difficulty with any of these areas, travel, health, family, descent amongst family members. But in the future, new and positive ventures will flourish after initial delays. So if you're going to do something new, watch out for the unexpected and all that, and some delays, but they will flourish. So it's still a good time to set things in motion, but be prepared for delay. If you're having difficulty in any of these other areas of life, dare to bridge some gaps and help. Okay. Damatef, number 9. Very interesting cards. I haven't really used these much. The Earth Spirit. Damatef is one of the 4 disciples or sons of Horus, as he guards the stomach organs of the deceased in canopic jug. Yeah, okay. He is also seen standing in a lotus flower to indicate his ability to transform organic matter to light. That's interesting. He can work alchemically with the living during the process of initiation to release old toxins. It's a way of releasing, helping to release things. If you let go of outworn ideas, abundance. So let go of outworn ideas and methods of doing things, and abundance can be yours. So letting go of things, it's all about letting go of things. Focus on releasing what is not needed in your life. This is love, to improve current relationships. Work and career. Slow time of progress work-wise. Best to stay and improve your current position for now. This is interesting because these are bridged by Newitt, the lotus and things. So the lotus is opening up, and this is all about letting go. So opening up to new ideas, letting go of old things, being bridged by Newitt in the center. Travel by land and take your time. Don't be in such a hurry to rush everywhere. Stomach problems may be resolved. Allow time to offer support to those close to you and your future. You may feel as if your future is not very bright at present, but it's just a time of integration of energies for you. Sometimes you need to rest to go into the future as well. So, rest and take your time. So opening up and letting go and moving forward, it's bridged. So that's really interesting. It's interesting where I do my initial intuitive thing from pictures and keywords, then I go into the books, and it's really interesting. I find this really, really interesting, and I like doing them, and I hope you'd like to have some more of them with the cards. So anyway, my darlings, I've gone over a bit today, so I'm going to end it here now. Thank you for joining me so late. And Linda Barreen, that is such a lovely comment. Thank you. And I hope that your problems continue to stay at bay. So love you all, guys. And I will see you again on Sunday, but I'll be putting up another video tonight. Okay? Bye-bye.